everybody! How's it going today? Well, starting to move into the new place. One problem is I don't have everything I need just yet. I don't have any furniture, so I'm sitting on the floor next to my painted tree on the wall. I'm gonna take a big leaf there. Get that leaf. But anyways, so yeah, this is a nice cute little feature they had on the wall. It's kind of cute. But anyways, you're not here for cute wall pictures of trees. You're here for furry news. So let's let it take root, as it were, and let's get started. So what are we going to talk about this time? Well, a lot of stuff happened when I was gone, and I think one of the videos that became more popular on my channel, now it's number 4 on the popularity list, is the one dealing with Antho New England and the security issues that they had. There were issues they had with the security contractor from the hotel. So, in that vein, I wanted to talk about an update to that particular story. But there's an update to basically a lot of stories that I had that were talking about conventions from prior. So keep an eye on the video. I'll point out when the video link card should be showing up. Going back to some of these old retro videos back from when I was in the Cuse area. So let's go over that very first point right now. So you all recall that I gotta remember my left and my right. You all recall the silliness that happened at Antho Northeast, and furries had a jovial time of it. It's like, shh, you can't say anything. Shh, quiet, shh. The hotel's security's gonna come for you if you make more than a whisper. Shh. Yeah. More details on that particular incident on the card up above. But lo and behold, there is a resolution to it. So Califur Northeast made an announcement, and they said, we are going to be maintaining the same hotel for next year, for 2019. However, we have talked to the hotel, and we've heard your feedback. Thank you very much, Twitter. And we're going to make some stipulations. Stipulations that include, number 1, that they will... I can't read it. It's the glasses. It's too small. I think the 3 points were that the convention themselves are going to be basically adding more security to their own staff to try and deal with their own situations. And I guess they're going to be making a block in the having more room blocks that are more furry exclusive, and having their security deal with room issues and things like that. Trying to help out doing that. They will be hiring a different set of contractors for the hotel security itself for that year, and other such items. Those are the ones I can recall, because I can't read this frickin' fine print. It's not fine print, these glasses don't work. Why don't you work? You fail me, glasses. I need better glasses. Actually, no, the glasses sort of make it worse. So anyways, I know what being old is like now. Anyways, so yeah, good on Antho New England for getting on that. Good on them for announcing it. Good on them for keeping up open communications about the update about that. And so if you got a little bit of cold feet for Antho New England because of the security issues and because of that, the good news is that issue should be resolved a bit. Of course, there'll probably be new problems for 2019. There will always be problems. But at least that one will be less likely to be one of them. So, speaking of problems, another furry convention that I had done a video on this channel dealt with one furry convention that had a lot of issues for the 1 year. I believe it was 2017's convention. And it had to do with Califur 2, I believe. So that video is up there. And the same weekend, they had a threat called in that caused the panel to have to get shut down. they had an issue where PETA showed up for whatever reason and started protesting something. Apparently it was some other issue. It was another convention. It wasn't the furry convention, interestingly enough. It was some other convention. At least that's what I recall. And then there was a third item that happened. I can't remember what that third item is. So you are going to have to do my recollection for me and go to that video and figure out what the third item was. It'll probably come to me by the end of the video, but I can't remember what it was. Anyways, due to the first problem, which was somebody calling in that threat to the convention, that convention got seated with a very expensive security bill and things like that. And it was, for that year particularly, they already had to upgrade their security for 2017. For 2018, the hotel, recalling that disaster from 2017, said, no, we're not going to hold your event here in the future. So unfortunately for the people of Califur and for the people of Southern California, they have put the convention on hiatus for 2018. Most people already know this. This is not really news. It's been out for about a month or two now. I just haven't gotten around to it for obvious reasons. But still, it is a very important thing to note. And it was over a year ago since they had 2017, actually. It was like the mid-May month. So at this point, most people are probably aware of Califur not being existing this year, particularly people who actually go to that convention. But we also have a little bit of an idea who the culprit was. It was the alt-furs. No, you're getting that from Dog Patch Press, right? You're not one of them guys, are you? No. See, that's rumor mongering from Dog Patch Press. No. Sorry, guys. That's from Newsweek. So Newsweek here, let's see if I can read this one. This is in larger text, but I gotta zoom in my face here. The context of this is that Newsweek is talking about alt-right furries and blah blah blah, the strangeness of alt-right furries. So here's their quote. The most damning link between white supremacists and alt-furries is Nathan Gate, a young alt-right neo-Nazi. He does not consider himself a furry, but he helped create and moderate the alt-furry Discord channel. He also set up the altright.com server for the news and commentary website run by alt-right leader Richard Spencer. Gate even organized the campaign against the Califur convention in Pomona. Pronunciate. Posing as a local reporter and calling the hotel, while mobilizing alt-furries to do the same on Discord. At the rally in Charlottesville, Gate recorded a 2.5-hour live stream of the day's chaotic events. In the stream, he is surrounded by neo-Nazis in white polos, armed militiamen, and even David Duke, one of the country's most prominent white supremacists. KKK guy. The KKK Grand Wizard. Woo! Anyways, despite these credentials, the ties to the furries have upset his prejudiced pals. Quote, I consider furries degenerates and only worked with them to accomplish common goals. Like getting Califur shut down, Gates says. The association is causing problems for me. What was that quote from that Mr. Griffin video about the death of the furry fandom going, well, if you say you identify as a transsexual or as something else, then welcome, you're a furry. But if someone's got a MAGA hat on and a furry tail and crap, I can't remember the frickin' quote, but here's the thing. Here's literally that problem inverted. Here's literally that problem that two criticized in the death of the furry fandom, saying furries are accepting individuals that are not even furries. They're accepting individuals based upon ulterior items such as politics and identity politics and identity things. And here we literally have a dude who says, I'm not even a furry. I just like these furries' identity, or what these furries identify as, because we have political agreement. So I'm going to help them do damage to furry conventions. And he's like, why is it that when I'm saying I'm going to promote the alt furries, all of a sudden furry conventions don't like me? I'm free speech. Not quite freedom of assembly? Anyways, yeah. So there's your evidence that, hey, there are some people in the alt-right who have ulterior motives. And they will put themselves into furry groups to enact those things. And to people who are actual furries in alt-right furry movements, I have to tell you this, and it's hard to tell you this, but as soon as they do enough damage to the furry fandom, or even worse yet, if they get enough political power, you're going to have a little less to worry about, or you're going to have a lot more to worry about than angry little webbles, because they will throw you under a bus faster than they'll throw a deer. Like literally, you'll be like a deer to a car. It'll just be like, they're not going to care about you once they get what they want. So be careful how you let people use you, is all I can say. That's my suggestion there. But anyways, we're getting off on a tangent. This is about conventions. So the last one we're going to talk about is Biggest Little Furcon. There is a tangential story here, which this video is already going to be long enough, so I'm not going to go into it. Dealing with a poor young girl who was harassed at the convention and people's reaction to it. As I said, there's a whole long list of things there. But for most part, that was like one story out of it. I heard that the convention went well, and it was great. People liked it. It was the music. The theme was a musical, and so the third largest furry convention did something weird. Something that flummoxed me, of course, as somebody who freaking nerds out about the attendance numbers and like does all this crap, as I've done multiple videos on that topic. And they were like doing this whole cheeky thing like, well, here's the charity numbers. And it's like, okay, yeah, cool. That's cool. It's like charity is very important, and I don't mind those being first and people talking that, saying that out loud. But then they were like, well, we'll release the attendance numbers at a later date. It's not really that important. And I'm like, we're doing this crap, are we? Listen, I don't care what you feel about numbers. Numbers are numbers. Numbers are numbers. And numbers are important things. It's like, to be fair to Biggest Little Furcon here, they did release the attendance numbers. They did it they did it in the most interesting way. They had as I said, it was a musical theme. They had a credit roll. At the bottom of the credit roll was the attendance numbers. Thanks for all the 5,300 and I can't remember the number. No, it took me so long to get. It was like 5,370. I'm gonna see how close I was. I'm gonna see how much my memory is. It was the low 5,300-ish range. But that brings up an interesting news, because I did a video on Biggest Little Furcon back when it was really, really going and growing, when it became the third largest furry convention right there. I did have the opportunity to talk to one of the people on staff there, and they did note about the Grand Sierra having limited, it was a big hotel, but it has limited space, and there's also the issue of that there's not a lot of surrounding hotels in the area. So they have what's called a cap. There's going to be a time when growth is going to stagnate because things are going to be harder to come by. And plus, Reno is expensive to fly into. So there's the cost issue too. So that being said, this is the year that they started that their growth has started to stagnate. Literally, this is the first year since their inception that they have less than 700 in growth. Like, at least from what I can recall. I didn't look at the numbers before recording the video. I might be a little off, but it was like every year from their inception, even including their inception, starting from 0 to the first year, was 700 increases in attendance. There's always 700 more people at least there that year than there were from the year prior, including when they weren't a convention at all. They had over 700 people the first year. As you can see from the updated chart here, this is the first year that they've had only like a moderate growth of 200. So they finally have stagnated. And interestingly enough, this is caused is that the only number of these is right the big numbers right here. The only ones that are estimate, the ones in 2018 for Biggest Little Furcon and AnthoCon, which are the top two there, are estimates. The ones for Furry Weekend Atlanta and Biggest Little Furcon, which are the ones below that, are actual numbers. As you can see, Furry Weekend Atlanta is actually catching up to Biggest Little Furcon. So in 2019, I haven't put the projections for 2019 up yet because I usually wait for all the numbers to come in before I do that. It is very possible that Furry Weekend Atlanta could become the third largest furry convention in the world, taking that away from the Biggest Little Furcon. And Furry Weekend Atlanta has been in the business a lot longer. They're like, ha-ha! Old and steady takes the pace, you young whippersnappers. But anyway, so that's kind of cool. That's interesting. Thanks to the person on Twitter who found those numbers at the bottom of the thing for me, too, because I wouldn't have read through that entire credit roll. I'm lazy, okay? I'm not perfect. Somebody else got that number for me. If they didn't do it, I wouldn't know what the numbers were still. I would have made a video. Like, I literally did. I was literally on the cusp of making a video just, griping about, them not releasing their numbers if they didn't release it in an official capacity. Technically, they didn't. But they did release them in a cheeky way, so I can't really argue too much as long as somebody's paying attention. Information that is out there, we'll get out there and making a game out of it, gamifying it. You freaking casino overlords, fine, I'll bite. Whatever crazy thing you do next year to annoy me by gamifying, trying to find the attendance numbers, I guess I'll have to bite. Making me practice my investigative skills, or I'll just wait for somebody else to do it for me. Oh, the beautiful Twitter. I could be so lazy. So lazy. Anyways, thank you very much for watching today. Kick that like, kick the subscribe button, kick a comment in the comment section. If you attended any of those conventions, any of the 2 conventions out of the 3, if you did attend the Califur, you're magical. How is it in that alternate universe? Anyways, how'd you enjoy that? Anyways, I'm going to get the hop out of here. I'll see you again next week. I will probably still not have furniture by that point. My things with the furniture is coming next weekend. So I'll have to record before next weekend so that I can actually move stuff in. And I won't probably have an official desk. I want to try and do something nice. But anyways, hopefully things will get settled down soon and I can actually start doing for reals and being fancier. So anyways, thank you very much for watching again. Have a good one. See you later.